I'm Mike and welcome to our site. We're a small family-owned company who specializes in rent-to-own. This video addresses the most common question that we get. How exactly does your rent-to-own program work? So if you're not there right now, you may have come across this video on YouTube or something. You want to jump over to mdrealestatesolutions.com. That's M as in Mike, D as in Danielle, Real Estate Solutions with an S.com and learn more. So to start off, we know that nationally about 82% of the population can't get a loan today because of credit problems, foreclosures, being self-employed, not having lender-required seasoning after switching jobs or starting a business, bankruptcy, divorce, and many other reasons that banks won't loan to folks who otherwise have excellent income. So what we've done is help people in many of these categories because we have the resources to fix the issues keeping you from getting a loan. We just know you need some time. So what I want to do is talk to you about rent-to-own and how it works. Now, rent-to-own does not equal rent, just so you understand. They're not the same. A lot of people may say, well, I'll rent, but I'll decide later if I want to buy it. And that may work for some sellers, but it doesn't work for our properties. We actually plan ahead, and it helps you. So let's do a scenario. You rent a home. You're saving money, and meanwhile, the market could be trending upward faster than the rate that you're really able to save. So by the time you're ready to buy, the market has gone right past you. We turn over a home to you, allowing to lock in a price today, while we help you to take a systematic approach to fixing what needs to be fixed so you can get a loan. You may have bad credit or any of the other reasons we talked about, and that's okay. So here are the steps that our process works. So number one, you identify a home that you like. You can see available homes on our website, and if we don't have any there, we can try to find one for you. On the pages that show the property details, there should be a link that you can click on to schedule an appointment. Some of the homes are still occupied by our partners who are getting ready to move out, and we'll let them show you the home. Others are empty and available on our automated showing systems where you can get into the home yourself and take a look around whenever you want. Our buyers love the self-showing feature, and they also like how convenient it is to schedule their own appointments for our occupied homes. So once you view the home, you're going to fill out what's called the next step form, which for lack of a better term is a very small, brief, simple application. Once we get the next step form back, myself or someone from our office will give you a call, and we'll set up what's called a buyer's meeting, where we'll meet up. Usually we'll have that meet up on Skype, Google Hangouts, or Zoom. We want to have that online meeting to get to know you and take a look at the whole picture. We want to see income and credit, even if it's really bad. We want to see what happened and what we need to do to fix it. This face-to-face online meeting is also important so that we can kind of get to know each other and see if we both feel comfortable working together. We're going to have you pre-screened with a credit investigation company. Now, don't be afraid of that. That first call is free to you, and what they're going to do, and the reason we do it, is they're going to look at your credit and do an analysis and tell you if they can help you or not. 99% of the time, they can. What happens then is they'll give us a report saying this person or these folks will be mortgage ready in X amount of months. And then what we do is cater a lease purchase program to fit you according to what they told us. After that buyer's meeting, if you're accepted, you'll put down a deposit of anywhere between 3 to 10% or $5,000, whichever is greater. Now, I understand that's a huge range, and so sometimes people say, well, why the big difference? Well, it depends on the property and if there's a lot of demand on it, for one. And it also depends on your goals, like if you want to get it right away and you want us to stop taking forms from other people to look at who's strongest. So for us to take it off of the market the day that you see it, we're probably going to give you a standard answer that says, hey, if you have 10% to put down, we'll take it off the market. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get into a home with less. It just means you could still be competing with other buyers until you're finally approved and you've signed all the documents. Have we had people get into a home with as little as 3%? Yes, we have. Had we have people get into a home with 3% and then make payments over the course of the program to increase it? Yes, we have, and we can be flexible with that. The goal here is to make you look as strong as possible with the banks so that when you eventually get the loan with our help and with the credit company, you're in a much better position to do that. So that's what the upfront money is for. Important point we made earlier is that you lock in your price today so that when a market is appreciating over time, your price stays the same to your benefit. The terms on these leases could be anywhere from 1 to even as high as 10 years, believe it or not. Now, again, why the wide range? Well, it depends on what the screening company tells us about how much time we need to fix up your situation. It also depends on the property. Some of them we own outright, in which case we don't need to rush you. You could take as much time as you want. In other cases, we have a home tied up as a lease purchase ourselves that we can put you in. So it really depends on what you need. The average time frame is usually about 1.5 to 3 years. What they'll do, and they'll learn this, they being the credit repair company, is they'll go through a 6-month process with you, and then they'll give you a 6-month seasoning where they'll let it sit, your credit. And then you go back for another 6 months if you even need it, and then you're all set. You're ready to move on and get your loan. We see scores go from 75 to 150 point increases in that first 6 months, which is really pretty cool for you. Let's see, the lease purchase agreement. The paperwork is very specific to you and the home you're in. So earlier at the buyer meeting, we would have already outlined the terms in a document called a letter of intent. It's just a simple agreement outlining the terms that we agree to, like monthly payment, option fees, down payments, price, how long of a term, etc. The actual lease purchase agreement will be signed with a notary or with an attorney. We schedule when everything gets signed when we do the buyer's meeting. Now, we don't tell you all of these things to like toot our own horn, but because there's people out there in this industry, investors and others like banking, construction, real estate, etc., who, in my opinion, they just don't do it properly. They don't set you up the right way. They don't protect you to make sure you have the term that you need that's reasonable for your situation and whatever your credit makeup or financial makeup is. To my knowledge, there isn't anyone else in our area who has the setup precisely as we do. Once the paperwork is signed and the remainder of the option fee or down payment is made, you're all set. You're ready to move in on the agreed upon date. Let's talk just briefly a little bit more about the down payment. So, for example, if you're looking at a $250,000 home, some folks may say, hey, I love the home, but I don't have 25 grand. Again, that's okay. Someone may start out and put maybe $7,000 or $8,000 down. Many of our buyers will know they have other additional income that's going to come in during the year. Many will agree to put a part of maybe a tax return down the following year or 2 years, whatever. Sometimes there's a work bonus coming, and part of that can be agreed to as well. A lot of our buyers will take advantage of the ease of borrowing money out of a 401k or some other pension plan that can be borrowed from. Again, the purpose is to get as much down as possible so we can make you look as strong as possible to the bank when it's time to get you the loan. So even if you start out with a lower amount, remember, the long-term plan is to get you a loan so we can be very flexible with additional funds in the future as you get loan ready. The term of the lease, by the way, even if it's 2 years, 3 years, 5, 10, whatever, it doesn't mean you have to wait that long to buy the home. As soon as you are mortgage qualified, you can and should purchase it. Typically, your monthly payment is going to be lower once you buy it and also get the other benefits of being the owner. Now, if you want to speed up the process, you don't have to wait till the next step meeting to apply. You could find a form on our site and apply right now if you like. You can also go to mycreditteam.com and use the promo code MDRES. So you get a free consultation, and you can actually start now with analyzing your credit and getting ahead of the game so that when you come to us, you're already in the process. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, if you could come to us already in the process and say, hey, I've already talked to Paul and I'm working on my credit for the past month and I saw a home that I like, well, you're definitely going to be higher on our list than maybe some other buyers because you're already being proactive in getting yourself qualified. Furthermore, even if you didn't buy a house through us at any point, getting your credit fixed up will have a large impact on your finances and certainly will save you a lot of money. What I encourage you to do is make sure you've opted in for notifications for other properties that become available. We're always trying to add to our inventory, and we'll let you know when they come in. Typically, we'll email and or text everybody in our list prior to putting the home out for everyone else to see, so you get first opportunity to get in before everyone else does. We look very much forward to working with you and getting to know you and also getting you into your new home. Make it a great day.